Everyone deserves a second chance, no matter what they've done. That is the underlying message behind an award-winning documentary, Behind Our Walls. It tells the story of a group of inmates in Michigan seeking a college education through the Calvin Prison Initiative. We are lucky enough to have the filmmaker here with us today, Nate Rolls, talking about the film and a special screening that's coming up. Nate, thanks so much for being here.
Happy to be here.
All right, tell me about the inspiration behind you creating this documentary.
Yeah, so I had been filming with the Calvin Prison Initiative for a while on different video projects, and a lot of the students of the program had really wanted opportunities to tell their story to a wider audience, to people outside of prison. And these stories were really moving to me, and I agreed that a lot of people should be hearing these stories and have a chance to meet them through the film that maybe wouldn't have the opportunity to meet them in person.
And so what was it like being able to, really take these stories and share them with a mass audience?
Yeah, it's been really rewarding. It's been cool to have a lot of positive responses, a lot of people telling me that it's impacted them in really strong ways, and that they're really thinking about criminal justice reform in a different way and what we can do to help make our system better.
Yeah, and so talk about your goals with this too. I mean, was reform part of this, or was it just like these stories need to be heard?
Yeah, kind of both. So definitely I wanted these stories to be told and to kind of build that connection. Also just to really have people think about prisoners in a different light. So it's kind of planting seeds of change, getting people to think about things differently. Once you have people in mind when you think about prisoners, you see things a little bit differently. You have more empathy when you have faces that you can put to an issue.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. How many people did you follow for this? We
interviewed 16 students, and then we included 8 for the documentary. We had to kind of narrow it down to be a little bit easier to follow.
Absolutely. And so some of these people who were in the documentary, they got to see it. Talk about what their reactions are to being able to see their lives, on film.
Yeah, we had the opportunity to show the film at the Richard A. Hanlon Correctional Facility in Ionia, Michigan. And I was really moved by all the gratitude that the students were expressing, that I would take the time to tell their stories. And even the students that weren't included in the film were so grateful and just so happy that people are going to see the story of the program and of people that kind of represent incarcerated men in prison in Michigan, because there's not really been a film like that before, is what they were telling me. So,
well, and talk about the program too. I guess we didn't really discuss that. I mean, this is a pretty unique and exceptional program for these inmates.
Yeah, it's an opportunity to get a college degree. It's the same courses that Calvin University teaches on the main campus, and they found that the students of the Calvin Prison Initiative are even more engaged oftentimes and are receiving even higher GPAs oftentimes than the students on the main campus, because they're so grateful for this opportunity.
Yeah, absolutely. Mm-hmm. And so what do you hope audiences take home? What is the messages that you hope they walk away with here?
Yeah, kind of like I had mentioned, I hope that people are able to feel like they got to know a little bit more about our prison systems, and also had the opportunity to, in a way, meet these men that they wouldn't be meeting otherwise, that they can feel more empathetic, and that even in their own lives they can be more forgiving, because a lot of times we just want to throw people in prison and just punish as hard as we can, but we should, if it's the Department of Corrections, we should be trying to find ways to make programming that actually helps people to be better when they come out than when they were when they came in. So.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm. And how much did this change you?
Yeah, it changed me a lot. I definitely, before filming with the Calvin Prison Initiative, hadn't really met men that were incarcerated before. And some of the guys that have come out have been really great friends of mine that have been released from prison and have been really supportive of me, of my family, of this film, and that's been really rewarding. It's definitely built in me a desire to try to make a difference where I can with our prisoner population, and to figure out ways that I can serve and with film and even outside of film as well.
Wonderful. Mm-hmm. So no huge spoilers, but how has this changed the lives of some of these inmates?
Yeah, it's really provided opportunities for a lot of men to give back in different ways, to be able to tutor, to mentor other students. A lot of these students have been in for 30 or more years even, and see these younger guys coming into prison, and are able to help guide them and teach them and help them build their character as well. And you'll see in the film different ways that people are giving back with the prison community, and also trying to serve people outside of prison too.
Wonderful. All right, so if people want to see this, you have several screenings actually coming up around West Michigan. Talked about that.
Yeah, I'd say the The next big screening is this Thursday, October 26th, at Calvin University at 7 p.m. It'll be in the auditorium, the CFAC auditorium, if you know Calvin's campus. Tickets are available on Calvin's website. There'll also be a screening in Grand Haven area the next day, October 27, with Humanity for Prisoners, which I believe you can find tickets through their social media and their website as well. And there'll be other screenings. If you follow our Facebook page, you can see other screenings as they come up.
Wonderful. Well, Nate, congratulations on all you've done. Looking forward to checking this out, because you say it's going to be streaming at some point too as well. So hopefully we'll keep everyone updated on that. But you want to learn more about this special screening, there's also a discussion involved with this, calvin.edu/calendar.